Hey guys, I gotta work tomorrow. I had some thoughts come up while I was sitting here relaxing this beautiful sunshine today. Um, I was thinking about, how these different spiritual masters' teachings, they prepared the way for the next level. And what we're about to see is uh, the groundwork for this has been laid for a long time. And when I started doing transcendental meditation, I I fell in with it. I loved the concept. It was just Maharishi painted this picture of creating heaven on earth. I mean, they would have big assemblies and get people to meditate together and create this coherence and basically provide this infrastructure to become co-creators. They never use the term co-creation and things like that. Those are really kind of new agey type lingo, but I really believe that what Maharishi was teaching was to become a co-creator because they would basically have they would put out this kind of this template of what would heaven on earth look like. I mean, just the concept that you would want to make things heaven on earth is, I mean, that's a high level. That's a high level of aspiration, right? When you're seeing all the war and the famine and all the horrible things people are doing to each other, just to imagine something glorious, not not in another world, not off on a spacecraft somewhere, but actually here in this physical reality, we could make things so much better. And um, and I believe that these, you know, people like Maharishi and spiritual teachers in the past, they helped prep the next level. I believe that with Jesus and his teachings, I definitely think those got twisted and turned, and I think they got used as a control part of the control structure. Um, the pure Christ teachings. I believe that the opening of the heart, loving others, loving your neighbor, loving, um, basically being love, is very, very similar to what Sahaj Marg teaches, to what heartfulness is teaching. And it's just we have to go through these levels of transformation as a collective consciousness. And like I said, these are like the paving stones that have been laid out, and now we get to build the structure. We get to build on top of that. So all of this wonderful, beautiful groundwork has been laid, and now it's time to build something really fantastic. And I think we're really headed for that. And we've been prepping and training, and maybe we felt like we weren't you know good enough, or we had some kind of, I mean, just we didn't fit into this reality. It just felt awkward and hard. But I really believe that it's for a reason. It's for a reason. And I think it's really important as participants in this, that we recognize our role. And your role doesn't have to be, you don't have to be out, uh, banging the gong and chanting Hare Krishna. You don't have to be living off the grid, disconnected from, you know, the beast system. You can be in the middle of it, and be spreading your light and be spreading love at whatever level you can, and understanding that you do have a powerful creative urge, and that, when combined with godly energy, when you combine um, this godly energy with your own, in other words, you merge back into source, and you start to act from that level of source. I mean, that's where life really begins. And maybe as a collective, we're ready to step into that role. to become co-creators, and co-creators with source. I mean, that sounds amazing to me, and I I hope that's where we're headed. I think we're headed there. There's going to be some pain. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be some pain coming, and for for people who are awake, it won't be painful. It'll be joyful. Um, but a lot of people are going to be they're going to be suffering because they've completely identified with this beast system, and the beast system is going to collapse. And it's actually, like I said before, I really don't believe that the whole society's got to collapse for something new to come. I believe that something new will be kind of generated from the inside out. It'll be an inside out type of a change, and we'll just become more simple. It'll become more about simplicity and connection and love, and really cherishing our environment and cherishing the people around us, the animals and the plants, and just becoming, what they talk about in the Bible, in Genesis, that really that humans were the caretakers. They were the caretakers of the earth, and um, that's really what our role is. So, we're not here to parasite like these parasitic entities who have been in control for thousands of years. I mean, they parasite. They parasite off of everybody, and they've turned us into parasites. And just by default, we're parasites. We're parasitic. We're not creating. We're not creating, and that's why we have the lack. We have, people that are hungry and um, stuff like that. So it's going to be a thing of the past soon, but we had to experience it for whatever reason. Maybe we don't know. We won't know why. We had to suffer so we can become more compassionate. We'll be more compassionate beings after this experience as a collective, and hopefully we can rise as a collective to a higher level. And maybe one day we'll be going out and seeding, um, you know, seeding planets and developing life and co-creating at that level. Imagine the responsibility of looking out, being kind of the caretakers of this planet. These higher level beings, I believe, that are Pleiadians, Arcturians. I believe that they seeded this planet, and think about the responsibility. I mean, the level they had to be at. It's kind of like being a nursery school teacher or something like that. It's a big responsibility to care for, life and care for children and, provide them what they need and be there for them on all those different levels. It's quite a challenge. And so if you've never experienced, the dark side, that you've never experienced the hardship, you're not going to be able to help them. I mean, what makes a good parent? A good parent's someone who can say, "Oh yeah, been there, done that. I made those mistakes. So let me tell you about it, so you don't have to make the same mistakes." Or to be there as a comfort when you slip and fall and make mistakes, and not be in a place of judgment and say, "Oh, I told you so," and "Oh, you really screwed up." But to have that wisdom, that comes from real experience. Anyway, I hope you have a good one. I'm going to be working all weekend, so I'll talk to you later. Bye.